Getting a very disjointed video today because, the world's kind of crazy right now. It's currently 5 AM and it's currently -3 degrees. It was 15 bright sunshine and really warm yesterday afternoon at 3 PM. What the hell is going on with the weather? Never mind anything else.
Hey man, happy Thursday. So a lot has happened in the last few weeks since I checked in properly. The coronavirus or COVID-19 is sweeping through the world. UK is not immune from that, obviously, and it's getting worse here. The deaths are racking up and cases continue to rise. Owing to this, Prime Minister Boris Johnson, of whom I am not a fan, it has to be said, recently laid down a bunch of stuff that we should do, guidelines, advice, that turns out wasn't followed at all by the populace of my stupid country. So then he turned that into a decree, telling the nation that we are not to leave our homes for anything other than essential work from what he calls key workers, such as people in the health service or the police or the military or some kind of food providers, of which I'm technically classed because I work in a petrol station attached to and owned by a supermarket. And I was at work Monday night when the actual announcement went out that from Tuesday morning there would be something which the government didn't actually call specifically a lockdown, but pretty much everybody else from the media to the general public calling a lockdown because we are essentially confined to our homes except for a very certain specific set of reasons. They say you're allowed to leave your home once a day for some physical exercise. You can also leave your house to go buy essential groceries like food. However, you should do so on your own, not as part of a group, not with kids, and make it quick. Now, I will admit from a business point of view, my employees have done very well out of the COVID-19 outbreak because people have panic bought everything in sight. However, as this footage shows here, this was taken today while I was at work on the early shift. Supermarkets have put in a whole bunch of measures to help protect their staff and their customers, including keeping people 2 meters apart when queuing and trying to stay out of each other's space while shopping. Only letting single individuals go shopping, not families, not groups, only one person, one trolley. You can't go in with someone else. It was for essentials like bread, milk, pasta, medicine, not things like plants, CDs. One of our regular customers works for a large electronics retailer. People apparently have been buying freezers, ice boxes, even though they don't need them. They've just been buying them to fill them with all this food they've bought. They had an old model chest style freezer on their shop floor, just a display model, not for sale. Some guy offered them £1,000 for it, bearing in mind it was worth about 250. But these queues are genuinely making me worried. What bothers me is this culture of panic buying and how people are not listening to the actual authorities, and it's going to get worse. Not because of the government, they've tried to put stuff in place, but because of how we, the public, are acting. The worst thing is people are just blaming each other, saying panic buying is terrible, and yet I've seen some of the people calling other people out for panic buying. Panic buying! I wish this was a happy video on a happy note, but honestly it's not. We're dealing with some very scary times, and I think we can't shy away from these sort of discussions. It's going to be around for a while. Lockdowns are only going to get worse and more serious and more stringent, and we're going to have to deal with it, and we need to get on top of this before it gets any worse. So while I won't say have a nice day, I will say have a safe one. Keep mattering, and I'll see you for your response on Monday.